Hey, Nicholas with the Backyard Artist here with another a swag grab bag. This is consisting of some stuff that I've purchased, some stuff that has been gifted to me, and some that I've won in contests, and because I'm a patron of a certain individual. So we got a bunch here. I've got stuff from the Red 5 Network, as well as the Scarif Scuttlebutt podcast, and Comics and as Dani has renamed her channel to that, as well as stuff from my Quantum Leap rewatch stream, some stuff from Sean Krummel's Smacked in the Head comic, and then a comic from Sorta Stupid. So let's get into it. So the first thing I want to point out, this came from Ro, on behalf of the Red 5 Network. Now I've made comments that, hey, my mug's getting a little worn, and I have a new potential, sticker that I could put on it. But my biggest complaint with all of these things, because I like collecting these little coffee mugs. I got a whole bunch. Like, I have one here of that Dani when she was Comics and I've got a handful of them here, but they're kind of small. I always, when I make something, I do a bigger size, and Ro hooked me up with that. So it's already getting used, but that is a much bigger, and because of that, this has become my go-to to actually use because of how big it is. So I'm enjoying that. Although I've been using this one now, since I have this one, I've been using this as part of my work. So when I've got when I'm using drill bits and stuff, and I fill this with water, and then I use it to cool the bits so that they don't overheat. But really cool, and thank you to Ro for that. Also, Ro sent me a little clip light that I use in some of my videos. I got good daylight tonight, but at night I use this. But I wanted to be able to show it off, so I'm not using it in this video, but it's just a clip-on light. You noticed I needed that. So one more thing from Ro, and this one's kind of a big one. This one recently came, but so you've got big package here, TARDIS Orbit. So it's double-sided. That's made out of like street sign material, so this is definitely going to be hung up somewhere. I thought about putting it there. I've thought about places in my garage or on my property where I could put this. So I'm debating on where it is, but a big thank you to Ro. I really appreciate that, and I want to you'll be clear, because sometimes people are like, oh, you keep getting sent stuff from Ro, and I want to be clear, I am a patron of his, as well as a member of the Red 5 Network, as well as entering the contests that he does on his YouTube channel and on his podcast. So many ways to win and get stuff. If you listen to the Scarif Scuttlebutt podcast, he's always running contests, and he's like, you can't give stuff away because he has trouble getting people to follow through and enter the contest. So with that in mind, if you enter, you have a good chance of getting something. Okay, next up, we got some stuff from Dani. Speaking of promotions and stuff, there was a contest, and I had done that, and so but I'm also a patron of hers, and as part of the Patreon, we get stickers every so many months. What out of there? But Nerdling Army there. So that's cool. And then she gave me some cards. We got cards on the X-Files there. So that's cool. Babylon 5 It's a show I definitely need to check out. I've been, in fact, it comes up constantly in our Quantum Leap streams. That, and then some more of the X-Files. Although, when I first saw that, I was thinking that looked kind of like a Gould. So, that was interesting. More Babylon 5. This is actually getting me excited because this is on my list now for ones. Little Comics and decal with our new logo. And then, of course, a beautiful Wonder Woman note thanking me for all the support I've given her. And so, truly appreciate that, Dani. But let's get into the meat of what it is. So she had a thing for her Patreon, you know, trying to increase the number of patrons. And if you hit a certain tier, she was going through her old comic books and you could pick out 3. And so I did that, and I got the Doomsday Clock, and that, pull out a page here that'll give us a real... The interesting thing about this one is this is a lot of character dialogue. So, really, really interesting comic there. The next one, and this one, the DC, The New Frontier, this had kind of been, I just love the artwork there. But they'd been doing some new movies kind of based on this, breaking away from what was the DC canon, but here's Martian Manhunter. There was here's a Robin leaping off of a building. I just really love the artwork in this one. It just has some good flash stuff there. I'm covering with my hands, but this is a thick and beefy book. Oh, see, we even got dinosaurs. So this book has a little bit of everything, and this kind of was a bit of a thing, almost like a reboot of DC in a way. That one home in there, so great stuff there. Of course, when it comes to comic books, I don't just do the typical, like Marvel, DC superheroes. So when I saw some Star Trek in there, I had to get one of them here. And Death Stalks a Blind Child. I'm going into that. Oh, look at Enterprise D, beautiful there. But just kind of going in, getting there. So this was, 3 comics. Was so happy with the haul that I got. Got to pick up because I knew these were going to be comics that Dani was willing to part with. So you're thinking, oh, this, but she parted with some good stuff. So was very happy with that. Okay, next up. I've not shown something from these guys before, but I like the reaction channel Sorta Stupid, and they have a mascot called Billy, and they've done a comic, and they're working on an animation, but it's called Billy Ends the World. And it's kind of, the characters are very much YouTuber streamer personalities, and that's what it is. It's basically a comic that is about streamers, and this is kind of, I know this was kind of like the beginning, so they're all filming and taking place and stuff, kind of doing a reality TV show kind of thing, but a lot of mischief happens, a lot of fun, but recommend this, and definitely check out Sorta Stupid. If you're new to reactions, I think that they're a good one to start with, but it's it's fun seeing them. Like right now, they're going through the MCU. They're going through Doctor Who. You know, lots of stuff. But they're also, I mean, they're all over the place. They're doing DreamWorks movies, Pixar movies. They're doing all sorts of kind of stuff. And, you know, some old action movies. They're just fun guys hanging out on the couch, making fun of one another. And they are unapologetic, I guess is the best way to put it. Like, they are rowdy with their audience. And, you know, everything is in good fun. And that's what I love about them. They're not easily offended. And they kind of weed out the people who are. Now, coming towards the end, though, when we're talking about original comics, I have to bring out Smacked in the Head. And Smacked in the Head, one of my favorite comics done by Sean Krummel. And he finally came out with issue 3. He has such good aliens. Look at that. That's amazing. So this is one of the things that you know, really just beautiful artwork. And then if you look at the cover, you see it like there. I've shown off his work before, and of course I'll have links to all the channels, but I'll have a link directly to his store on there. And then he has 2 variants of the cover. So I always have to get both variants. So I like this one, and then the back here, you can see it, like he's got all the different designs on there. I love how he's done that. So this is an excellent comic. It really harkens back, like if you're a fan of and teasing issue 4 there. So definitely something to look forward to there. But if you're kind of a fan of how Star Wars used to be, or so to speak, you know, just kind of basic space adventure and the world building and all that, Smacked in the Head comics, it's just kind of some good old-fashioned enjoyment and adventure. And I think adventure is the big thing that's listed. Everything has to be a super deep story with villains that are they're not really villains. They're kind of people who have had bad things happen in their life, and that. But if you want just kind of the adventure, save the day kind of thing, Smacked in the Head is definitely, in my opinion, a good read. And now to say that the world is expansive, and Sean's ability to create these different alien species and to build upon that, like he's always talking about when he draws one of these characters, like what's going through his mind, what's the backstory, what's this, and so I love that. But at its core, it's that classic adventure, you know, like from movies from the 50s, or even the serials from like the 30s and 40s and stuff. You know, it has that feel, you know, very Flash Gordon type of feel to it in a way. So definitely recommend that. So, you know, I got a ton of things. One last thing. So Sean and Ro both have been mentioned in this. Well, I am on a stream with them every Thursday as we're revisiting Quantum Leap. We're actually working our way through the 5th season, so that will be coming to close. But I had to put up, we finally got merch. So Quantum Leap Revisited. Of course, got it in the color that brings out my eyes. But yeah, definitely there's some stuff there well worth checking out, and really stickers as well. But definitely check out our stream as we're talking through that, going episode by episode. And we're going to be doing some ranking reviews or something like that possibly at the end. So stay tuned for that. But now on the Price of Reason live channel, there is some Quantum Leap Revisited merch. So being a part of that, I had to pick some up. Okay, I am It is 96 degrees. My fan was being too loud in my first attempt recording this, so I turned it off. And as you can see, I am starting to melt. Maybe, honestly, I need water poured on me. But with that, I'll catch you in the next video. And I hope everybody has a good day. And that's the Scuttlebutt.